Welcome to Jackets TV, presented by Ohio Health. I'm Bob McElligott. The Lake Erie Monsters on the verge of capturing the Calder Cup, the championship in the American Hockey League, and the Blue Jackets have a lot of up-and-coming players and some guys that were Blue Jackets just this past year who are not only participating but contributing in a big, big way. I'm with one of those guys right now. As forward, Oliver Bjorkstrand is with me. Oliver, 9 goals for you throughout the playoffs. You've got 5 game-winning goals. You have 4 goals in the last 2 games, and that includes an overtime game winner in Game 3. What's going on with you? It sounds like you're not only locked in, but you're comfortable and things are all going your way.
Yeah, well, it's been a fun playoff run so far, and the team's been playing really great. And I think throughout the team we've found a lot of chemistry, so that's helped me out a lot. And, I feel like I'm playing good hockey and the team as well. So just a lot of things is going good right now.
When you were here at the end of the year, I knew that you guys had a chance to do something special, and the reason was because when I talked to you, when I talked with Jonas Korpisalo, even when Sonny Milano was here, everybody talked about the group in Cleveland with the Lake Erie Monsters. And even though you're playing in the National Hockey League and you're living your dream, you knew you were going to be going back, and that was okay with all of you because you knew how special it was there. And when you did get back down there, what did the experience of being in the NHL do for you to help take your game to another level?
Well, for me, it just, I got a lot more confidence. I felt more comfortable with the puck and maybe believed a little bit more in my my skills. So, that helped me a lot. And when I came down, I was ready to play and definitely ready for some playoff hockey. And, it's been a fun ride.
For some guys, let's take you for instance. You had a great junior career. You come into pro hockey, and you come into the training camp. You actually got sent out of the training camp pretty early this year and sent to the Lake Erie Monsters. For some guys to go to the American Hockey League, first of all, they don't want to go to the minors at all. Not that you wanted to, but they react to it differently. You went there, you embraced it, you found your game at the pro level, you came here, and now you're back there once again. How big is the attitude? Have you found that the attitude of how you take every one of these situations makes a big difference?
Yeah. When you get sent down, of course, you're, a little bit disappointed in a way, and you want to be in NHL, but you got to realize that you got to take some steps to actually make it. And I got sent down, and because of my injury, it might have been a little bit slower the way I developed. But once I got healthy again and I started playing again, I just feel like I slowly picked my game up and try to have a good attitude with it and just play some good hockey. And then after the year, I got the call up, and it turned out pretty good. So. Yeah, you need the right attitude and, stay positive and just work hard and try to work your way up.
What we saw from you in your time here with the Blue Jackets and the 4 goals you scored here in the NHL is your shot. And it's a very unique shot in many ways. You're not a guy – you get to a spot and you take that shot quickly. And I think that we saw here that you took some goalies by surprise. And we go back to your game winner the other night in overtime, similar type of thing, right spot, right situation, just let it go. How much have you worked on shooting the puck or maybe just getting it off your stick quickly throughout your life?
Last, I'd say 4 years, I really try to shoot a lot of pucks in the summer and just have a quick release. So, it is something I work on, and I feel like, it helps me score those extra goals because I take shots from different angles and just kind of maybe surprises the goalies, because a lot of times I don't feel like it's because I get the hardest shot off. I just kind of surprise the goalie and it ends up going in. So it is something I focus on in my game and something I want to use a lot.
Let's talk about a couple of your teammates here. And a guy we haven't seen in Columbus yet, but we're going to come training camp in September, is Zach Werenski. This guy's taken the American Hockey League playoffs by storm. He's not even 19 years old. He's putting up more points in the playoffs than nobody's done it since like 1944, put up as many points under 19 as this guy. Tell us a little bit about him and what you see in the way he plays the game.
Well, he's an elite player, as you can see now, and the people who watch him play. He's a really good player. He came from college and felt comfortable right away playing in the AHL and didn't have any problems really. So, just a really good skater, knows the game well, and really smart. So it's hard to find anything wrong about his game right now. But he is a really good player, and hopefully he has a bright future in Columbus.
Anton Forsberg spent a little bit of time here this year, but to be honest with you, Jonas Korpisalo outplayed him at the NHL level. Anton went back down. He did a lot of good work with the Lake Erie Monsters. in the playoffs. Korpisalo had some chances early to start games. Forsberg took that net, and he just is not giving it up. When you have a goalie playing the way that he is, how much easier does it make it on you and the defenseman knowing that if you happen to make a little mistake, he's going to bail you out?
Well, it's really nice, and we felt comfortable with Corpy in the net, and as soon as Fopa came in the net, he played good right off the bat, and we felt really comfortable, and he's helped us win so many games right now, so it's nice to have him in the net, and he's a really good goalie right now, so it's nice to have him in that.
I talked about all the points and all the goals that you have. You guys are 14-2 in the playoffs coming into Game 4, what could be a Calder Cup clinching game. When you look around, though, there's different guys. Lucas Sedlak has had big games. Daniel Czar has had big games. How important is it that it's not just you, it's not just Sonny Milano, it's not just Zach Werenski, it's not one guy. Every day it's somebody different.
Yeah, well, I feel like that's one of the keys to our success. Some games, some players don't play as good, and some other guys step up, and it's kind of been that like every game. Like you said, Czar steps up. Lucas Sedlak, I've had an amazing playoff. Josh Anderson, and so on. I can keep going. So it's really nice that when some players, don't have that good games, that we have a lot of guys who can step up and help score some goals and play good hockey. So we gotta keep that going here on Saturday.
You guys have just been cruising through these playoffs. You have to go back to the Grand Rapids series where there was somewhat of a threat of a team knocking you off because you had a lead, it started to get away, you were able to come back, battle back, win that series. You took care of the defending champions, the Ontario Reign, like it was nobody's business. The Hershey Bears, who knocked off a really good Toronto Marlies team. You're up on these guys 3-0. Did you learn something in that Grand Rapids series about what it was going to take to win in the playoffs in that league?
Yeah, I feel like we did. People say the hardest game to win is Game 4, so we were up 3-0 in that series, and they ended up coming back a little bit and making a push for it. So, I hope we learned a lot from that, and I feel like we did. So, going into Saturday, we should, feel more comfortable about what we have to do and don't get too high and just, work hard and play our game and, just take one shift at a time.
The one anomaly of the one problem in this series, I guess I should say, is that you're on a roll. You played on Monday, and now you don't play again for 5 days. And that's got to be tough because you have that momentum. You want to get back out onto the ice. You want to try to finish it. What have you guys been doing this week, besides watching LeBron and company come home and win a game in the NBA Finals? What have you been doing to try to maintain that momentum as best you can in these 5 days?
Yeah, well, it's gotta be a good combination of getting some rest and, working on some different stuff and practices. So, a few days off and some practices and, just trying to get our minds right for Saturday. And, again, we gotta be ready for when the puck drops. So, we can't be too loose.
What's the feeling when you step on the ice at the Quicken Loans Arena? Because it's packed. And I mean, they're jazzed up, they're excited. What's the feeling been like every time you stepped on the ice for a home game?
Oh, it's amazing. I feel like the city's backed us up really good all year, and especially in playoffs. And we love playing at home, and the fans are great. And we want to bring the cup home for the fans. So hopefully we can do that.
Oliver, thank you very much for taking a couple of minutes out of your day off as you get ready for Game 4. I hope you guys finish this thing off, do it with a sweep, and just hoist that cup. Good luck to you. Best of luck, and we'll see you here soon.
Thank you.
That's Oliver Bjorkstrand of the Lake Erie Monsters, again, on the cusp of winning the American Hockey League's Calder Cup. For Jackets TV, presented by Ohio Health, I'm Bob McElligott. Thanks, Oliver. I appreciate it.